So in modern times, open worlds have been kind of a point of contention for me. I mean, they sound amazing, right? Endless content, exploration, go wherever you want, do whatever you want, put the main story on hold as long as you want, because who cares about that? And in a lot of ways, this was the case for me growing up. I mean, I have the fondest memories getting lost in Red Dead Redemption, getting sidetracked in Fable endlessly, and being a piece of shit and bully. Because throughout childhood and adolescence, I had all the time in the world to engage every crevice of these open worlds. I didn't have responsibilities or work or endless energy to worry about. I could just spend all my time exploring them front, back, inside, out. But as I've gotten older and I have the opposite of all these things now, right? Little less time to game, little less energy after a long shift to get as many collectibles and side quests as I need to get or finish. I've kind of lost the craving to explore open worlds and have kind of started to lean towards more story-rich, linear experiences. These linear, straight-line experiences I found have kind of respect my time, my energy, and all of the deficits that I just mentioned that come with transitioning into adulthood. So where am I going with this? And just to clear the air real quick about what I'm saying, I still engage with open world games and I love them a lot. And in a lot of ways, some of these linear games that I've been leaning towards still have an open world of sorts, but it's not the main emphasis. Open world fatigue in recent years has hit me like a ton of bricks. I just care less now about endlessly exploring and meandering around sandboxes, completing every side quest possible, getting every last piece of content I can, every last collectible. I now am steering towards linear, structured experiences. Games that give me limitations, that restrict me, that focus all their attention on the story itself, the characters, the gameplay. And in a lot of ways, I found so much freedom creatively with these boundaries, with these limitations. In a way, these games provide me with less while delivering more. And what better freaking example do I have of this than a game that I've picked up and dropped and picked up over years, and I'm finally in the right mindset to engage with it, and that is Nier Automata. And just to preface that, I have only finished the first story route of it, aka the A route with 2B, and it is exactly everything that I described, where it is a game that has a beautiful but small, concise, succinct open world that is curious to explore, that is beautiful to look at. But it has that, and it doesn't lose its identity as a story-rich, character-rich experiences with lessons about humanity, philosophy, existentialism. And it still has the open world stuff such as collectibles, items to gather, crafting, upgrading, JRPG stuff, and even some side quests. But it's okay if you don't engage with them crazily. It's okay to skip the side quests. It's okay to have the guy at the resistance camp set up all of your complicated pod chips and upgrades for you. And this is all while having the option to explore the small, immersive, yet eerie, post-apocalyptic world that is so serene and just puts me in this meditative state every time I play it. And the fact that the game knows that the world is there. It's there for the taking, it's there to traverse, it's there to travel, but it's there to support the story. So why don't I like modern open world games? I just feel like modern open world games dilute the meaning of the game and water it down with kind of like endless collectibles, distractions, fetch quests, a million NPCs to talk to that don't really say anything too important sometimes. And I've kind of leaned towards, gravitated towards, latched onto linear games that have a structure, that have a path forward, that are a bit more focused with what they want to tell. Because oftentimes when I'm talking to people and they're talking about what kind of value they get out of a game, right? What's the value? Like, you paid X price for this game. What's the #1 value marker? A lot of people that I talk to mention game length. How much time can I pad out of this game? How can I maximize my time with this game? If it ain't 200 plus hours, it ain't worth 60 bucks or 70 bucks. And look, I've poured that amount of time into games before. Persona 5 exists. That was like my senior year college dorm game that I just sank hours into. But I'll tell you one thing. The first route of Nier Automata, Route A, is about 10 hours in length. And what I can say is I have derived more value, more meaning, more wisdom, more lessons out of 10 hours of this, as opposed to the near 30 to 40 hours I spent collecting, exploring, meandering in this. Because with Nier Automata, even in 10 hours, in 1/4 of the game, which I've only scratched the surface of, I've gotten to know so many characters in such a rich way. I've gotten to get immersed in a story that has been life-changing, that has freaking made me reflect on our time on this earth and reincarnation, such a unique take on reincarnation. Whereas with Tears of the Kingdom, there's a story here. It's bare bones, but I can tell it was an afterthought. And I can tell that the main focus was to pump out as much content as possible with collectibles, with fetch quests, with building, with exploring. It's not a bad thing, but I will say at this point in time, I'll take this. I'll take 10 hours of this over 200 hours of this. And I still got another 30 or 40 out of this. Man, so let me step off my soapbox real quick and kind of put these thoughts together a little more cohesively. I am extremely glad that open world games exist, especially for people who love them. And I can tell you right now, some of my best gaming experiences in my life have been with open world games. I'll never forget paragliding over the wild Hyrule in Breath of the Wild and just seeing this expansive, unrealistically huge world that I was presented with, along with Assassin's Creed 2 and getting to explore Renaissance Italy. I mean, such a unique, immersive, historical setting that was so pioneering for its time. But let's just say my heart is more linear. My mindset operates in more of a straight line. And sometimes when I get home from work and I've worked a 24-hour tiring shift, I just want to play Kingdom Hearts 3 and walk down a corridor where my only job is to progress the story. And in a way, this way of gaming kind of aligns with my mission, which I've mentioned in a previous video, which is to game more deeply. I don't just see gaming sessions now as ways of wasting my time, as ways of taking up my time, padding it out. Every time I play a game, I try to derive some kind of message, some kind of purpose with it. And I know it's always not gonna be the case. I mean, there's only so much you can dissect out of the Spyro Reignited trilogy. I mean, motherfucker, you just gotta grab gems. But what I can say is, and what I can conclude with is, try to find a little more purpose in your gaming. And if you are going to embark on an open world game, don't be afraid to skip the side quest. Don't be afraid to leave the collectible to the side. And don't be afraid to leave that NPC alone. Because sometimes it's okay to just walk in a straight line and enjoy gaming in a much more simple way. And with that, I will see you at the next talk in the in-between. Thank you.